My name's Aries. I'm a psychic advisor and Akashic Records keeper. My main work surrounds reclaiming soul fragments for my clients to help them understand their experience through soul and past life regression, using the awareness of these soul fragments to instate awakening through healing, which unlocks deeper knowledge and information around potential and your own extrasensory abilities, and essentially why you are here now. A lot of this work has to do with making sense of where traumas and blockages and obstacles stem from, or essentially why certain things are so innately, deeply important for you to achieve, or why you have such a deep root importance of certain topics within yourself. My main goal in my life is to assist others who are going through the Ascended Mastery journey through tapping in and interpreting your DNA, your soul codes, and understanding the history of your soul, so that way you can know your uniqueness and why you are here, to help you understand your deeper mission and what you can do to really adhere to your uniqueness and follow your path true to self, true to soul. To help you gain perspective, I want to introduce you to my story, what I have experienced on a soul level, and the journey that I have gone through to make me who I am now as a soul in this experience. Although it was not my first journey to Earth, my first journey was when I was a Lyra Vegan and came to Earth. The specific part of my journey I want to touch on is in the Andromeda Star Council, where I was a member of a council amongst the Galactic Federation. There were several branches of the Galactic Federation, the Pleiadians being the house, and multiple other star councils, star locations had different roles within the process. The Galactic Federation came together to create a project to essentially make Earth a seeding planet for our kind, for expansion, and for a universal creative cause. On Earth, there were what you may know as the Agarthans. They were in charge of the Earth ground crew, essentially, of this, and they were in collaboration with the Galactic Federation for this creation. My prior experience in Earth, I had a connection through them, and this is also a big part of how the collaborative experience kind of began. There were a lot of us who had a lot of work we were doing with the Earth population, the Agarthians, and this kind of stemmed a broader sense of alliance, primarily in Andromeda. We were focusing in the council, we were focusing on reinstating a new form of electromagnetic gridding and working with the planet's natural energy to create basically a barrier, a shield, or a greenhouse, essentially, for the planet to instate this seeding. So essentially, Earth was intended to be a Garden of Eden. This was intended to be a space where souls can go to experience evolution and to expand, essentially, the universe and the consciousness web of collective intelligence. As an Andromedan, things were very different. We knew love in a very deep spiritual way, lesser in a romantic way than we do in a way of honor and dedication to oneness. If you can think of Andromeda, think about cathedrals and pillars made of pure pearl, cloaked monks, being able to visually see the tesseractic nature and color of every energy form. When the grid was instated, primarily our work was to maintain the purity and healthiness of the electromagnetic shield over the Earth. Working with the Arcturians, we collaborated with the Arcturians, which I actually know someone who I worked with specifically, to instate a pure karma reincarnation cycle to the Ascended Mastery journey of the evolving soul. We were primarily focusing on time preservation to basically eliminate any sort of preventatives towards evolution, any sort of toxins or karma per se, or viral attack on the planet. Earth was an experiment, yes, but it was an experiment to help expand, and the goal was that having Earth as a place that people would want to go to expand their evolution, and it was more of, you might want to call it a spa or retreat in that way for expansion. There were prior wars amongst the multiple star councils. The Galactic Federation isn't the only federation that had intentions for Earth. In that sense, I suppose you would like to call them the Galactic Federation of Light. And there were several attempts of taking over control of Earth, in which case, when this was officialized and outsiders were able to essentially obtain control over Earth through the moon base, the star councils got called to a court meeting in Pleiades to discuss a mission of jumping back into the planetary realm of Earth, to essentially realize we're going to war and to fight the war from the inside. The hijack of Earth happened very quickly. It was very unexpected, and it was really hard to see this coming. Essentially, when there had been an infiltration of the primary energetic batteries, per se, on the moon, there was a war. The Orions were working on the moon, and there were members of the head councils there who basically had to fight. They were ordered to retreat due to the way things work. Souls and, our experiences, our individualization aren't necessarily replaceable. So members of the council were ordered to flee, so that way, deeper organization can be instated of plan and strategy. So basically, we lost that fight and had no other choice but to give up the moon. The courts knew that this jump to Earth was going to be exceptionally severe and traumatic. There were a lot of beings who were afraid of making the jump, so the councils asked for voluntary sacrifice. As of right now, every soul that has volunteered will be and has been stuck here on Earth since this voluntary decision was made. That is due to the power that's still instated over the planet. Luckily, we do have alliance with the Agarthians, if that is what you'd like to call them. And so as we move through our Ascended Mastery, and we reach the peak end of our ascension, we do go to Agartha. And when catastrophic events do happen on the planet, Agartha is where we are ordered to go. That is also why, through the history as we know it, there are stories of fleeing and retreating to mountains and underground and the inner tunnels to seek safety and shelter, because those hold the access points to Agartha. In hindsight, we are closer to breaking the artificial matrix than we ever have been, which will also mean we shall be united with our star councils and our starlands very soon. Now, in using the term soon, that of course is timelessly to be determined, because that is essentially why we are here now to make happen. Let me know if you want to hear more, or if you would like to book to go into your personal history of this experience. And, of course, I hope that this validates your inner knowing that you have come upon.